I am Coach Carol, certified marriage coach, and I'm very excited today to have Sunny with us. Sunny is a huge inspiration in the transformation that she's made during our time coaching together. And I want to give you all hope too. And so today, Sunny's going to share some of her story, what happened in their relationship to turn it all around. So Sunny, would you start by sharing how things were when you found me? What was going on?
So when I met you, I had found you in a Catholic group that was for Catholic working moms. I had posted in the group and basically just told everybody the truth that I was ready to call my marriage quits. I was exhausted. I was tired. We had been married 7 years. We've been together for 9. The communication wasn't there. The love wasn't there. There was just, it was rough. And so I really kind of just poured all that out onto the group page, looking for advice, looking for help, looking for anything, because I was really desperate. And so several people recommended the book, Empowered Wife. And then Carol messaged me privately, and I really recommend this book. This is kind of what I do. And so she and I started talking, and the first conversation was the marriage analysis, I think. And so we did that, and from there we just started coaching. But it was rough. In that first conversation, we talked about, how horrible the communication was. We weren't married. We just kind of lived together. We raised our kids. We did things that I guess more like roommates. He did some cleaning, I did some cleaning. We didn't discuss anything. The sex was awful. Everything was awful. Like I said, I was really ready to leave. We didn't get along. We didn't talk about much. Our finances were crazy. Everything was just crazy.
Yeah, I remember you were in a rough spot back then. Yeah. When did you first start to feel some hope?
I think I started feeling some hope after I was looking back at my notes, and I think it was like our second meeting. By that point, I had finished the book. Was listening to your podcast. I was listening to, some other marriage podcasts, really trying to just focus on that. And I know it sounds like crazy, but our second meeting, my self-care was to go get a pedicure. And for the first time, and I don't even know how many years, I just left work. Actually, our water went out at work that day. And so I got off early, and I just left work and went and got a pedicure. And sitting in the chair, reading the book, I was like, oh my gosh, I just did this for myself. And I texted Frankie and I said, I sent him a picture of the lady doing my toes. And he was like, what are you doing? And I was like, I went to get a pedicure. And he was like, his first thing was, I'm proud of you. And I was like, you're proud of me? I thought he would be angry. Didn't really have the money, and I just wanted a pedicure. So I just went and did it. And, when I got home that night, he gave me a kiss and he was like, I'm proud of you. Like, you need to take care of yourself. And his mother was there that night, and that was for an awkward conversation as well, because she is the epitome of selfless. And she was like, I can't believe you went and got a pedicure. And, he really stood up for me, and he was like, I'm proud of you for getting a pedicure. And so I think that was like my first little ounce of hope. So I just jumped on the self-care wagon and went for a really long, nice ride.
Yes, you did. Yeah. I love that you saw that it is self-care. It's the foundational skill there to really start moving the needle. When we show up happy, it's what he wanted the whole time. So where are things at now?
I don't even really know the word for it. This weekend, I actually, he's been in Mexico for a week. And so he came back, and he said Saturday morning, we woke up and he said, I just want to spend the day with you. Whatever you want to do, however you want to do it, like, let's just do it. And I was like, okay. So we went and we brought the kids to see a movie, and we went to breakfast, and breakfast was a total disaster. The wait was super long, and normally that would have been the demise of our day, but it wasn't. Like, I'm in such a happier place, and I was just like, so what? The wait's long. Let's just shop while we wait. And then he was like, we're going to miss the movie. And I was like, hey, you're right. Even before like that little bit of communication, that wouldn't have even happened. And so he said, we're probably going to miss the movie. And I was like, you're right. Let's just go grab fast food. So we did that. We went to the movie. Then we dropped the kids off at the house and we spent the whole night together. We went shopping and we went and got, like crawfish, and we had a few drinks. And then we came home and went riding on the golf cart around the neighborhood, had a few more drinks, went to the lake, walked around the lake, held hands, sat on the, we have like a little porch thing that looks over our lake, and we sat on that, just made out like little teenagers. It was really nice. And so then we just went home and went to bed, took a shower, and Sunday was basically the same thing. We just spent the day, went to church, and went to lunch and just enjoyed our day. We boiled crawfish for my whole family. Sunday night, my whole family was at the house, and that never happens without issues, but there was no issues. We just, when you're happy, things are just easier.
Honey, that's huge, because you've struggled with the drinking. You've struggled with him not communicating. You've struggled with family gatherings and blow-ups, and you've struggled with so many things in there. You've had some huge challenges along the way, even with the kids and stuff like that. And for you to be able to navigate, relinquish control in so many ways in all that you just described, to receive whatever it is that, like, even his invitation to skip the big dinner and go out for fast food so you don't miss the movie. You're receiving, you're relinquishing control, you're grateful, you are surrendered, and you are happy.
So today, actually, he messaged me like halfway through the day, and he was like, you have bunco tomorrow, don't you? And I said, yeah, I do, actually. I said, I'm actually hosting. And he's like, well, you haven't been shopping. And I said, no, I haven't. He said, so send me a list of everything you need, and I'm going on my lunch break. So he took his whole lunch break today. He went and got all the food I need. He went and picked out gifts. And so he texted me just a few minutes ago, and he said, everything's been delivered to the house, and I'll be home as soon as I can to help you clean. And I was just like, what? And he even bought me a bottle of wine. So, I was just like, look, I'm crying. It's amazing.
And this is the man that you almost threw away a year ago.
I did. Stupid. That was a very bad decision. But joining this and changing, and that's been the best decision ever.
Because what do you attribute the change to?
Learning how to take care of myself. I think before I met you, I had been in therapy, counseling for since I was 7. So 25 years. And I had spent my whole life dissecting my childhood and the traumatic things that I had went through, and my traumatic first marriage. And I think I told you in the beginning, I've spent so much time dissecting my life. There's nothing left to dissect. And so being able to change, hashing out the past over and over and over, to working with you and focusing on the future, focusing on right now, what is going on in this very moment that we can change to make tomorrow a better day, has been the key. You can only talk about your past so much, and then you just have to realize that your past doesn't define what's going on right now. And so that's kind of, I feel like, was a major breakthrough, being able to focus on me and not feel guilty for going and getting a pedicure. Don't feel guilty for laying in bed on Saturday and reading a book, doing things that truly make me happy.
I hear an empowered woman there. That is just, beautiful, Sunny, because we get more of what we focus on. And so if we're always focused on the past, and we're always thinking in those past wounds, we just keep getting more pain. And so I love how you've chosen intentionally to be like, no, I'm going this way, and I am creating an amazing life. I'm not going to forget the night that you posted, I think in our group, where you messaged and said that you woke him up in the middle of the night for a little romance. And I thought, oh, girl, like, she's a new woman. And it's like,
absolutely.
No wonder he is just killing himself to make you happy over and over. Like, he's just attracted to you like a magnet to steel. Yeah, for sure. Oh my goodness.
It's a whole different world. So thankful. I'm so grateful. just life in general. And like you mentioned earlier, we have had some trials and tribulations the last 6 months. It wasn't always easy, but it was always worth it. And having you there to call on and to message, and just for those little small pick-me-ups, especially when things went crazy with my son, and just having that support system. Call me anytime. I'm there. I'm always here. So it got us through some really rough stuff.
I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. So if a woman is listening today who is in pain and is struggling in her marriage right now, she's back where you were at the beginning, what words of wisdom or what suggestions, what do you want to say to her?
I think I would really just say, don't give up. Focus on the happy. And I've always preached happiness as a choice, but I never lived it. I never acted on it. And through coaching and through the podcasts and the videos, and really just focusing on self-care and self-improvement, it really made all the difference. And, carving out that 45 minutes every couple of weeks to chat with you and to focus on us, it made all the difference. And it's not just me and Frankie, it's my kids, it's my mom, it's my brothers, it's his family. I just have a better relationship with everyone. It's not just us, it's everyone. So choose your happy and don't give up, I think is my biggest thing.
Well, thank you so much for your willingness to come on here, to make a video, and to, you're standing for other women too. You really want to pay it forward here, because every woman deserves to be happy in her marriage. Every husband deserves to be happy in their marriage, and the kids deserve a solid family and happy parents that are in love, making out on the bench outside like teenagers.
I know. I rolled the window down this morning for an extra kiss, and my daughter said, "Oh, I'm gonna be sick." I was like, "You'll be okay," but it's good.
It's all good. It is all good. So I just give you all the credit, Sunny, that you were very coachable. You were always on the calls. You showed up. You didn't make excuses. You were accountable. You were humble enough to look at what you were bringing to the relationship, because it's super easy, like I say, to keep that finger pointed at him, but you were willing to turn that finger back towards you. And it was when you started to make the change, to take the coaching, to do the self-care, even if it's felt awkward. And then when you feel the success, it's like, then I want more success. I want to keep doing it. It's addictive of being like, I want to be addicted to good unfolding rather than addicted to the pain of the past. Right? Yeah. So thank you so much for being here. And for any woman that's watching this, if you're not plugged into the Happy Wife community, jump on in there. Head to my website as well, the Create My Happy Marriage. Get into the coaching, because coaching really does move the needle.